Jai Swaminarayan. The Vachanamrutam is one of the most important books of our Swaminarayan Sampradaya. The Vachanamrutam consists of questions and answers that took place between Shriji Maharaj and his disciples while he was here on this earth. These questions and answers cover a wide range of topics, from discussions on how we can overcome vices like Kam, which is desire, Krodh, which is anger, and Lobh, which is greed, to how this entire universe was created, an explanation of the 5 eternal elements, the behaviors and lifestyle of a good devotee, how and why we should understand the glory of God, the pitfalls along the path of spirituality, and how we can avoid them, an explanation of Bhagwan's incarnations and their purposes, an explanation of the qualities of a good spiritual leader, how we can set spiritual goals, and an easy explanation of how we can achieve moksha, or liberation, from the cycle of births and deaths. As you can see by this long list, the Vachanamrutam consists of a lot of topics. Furthermore, Shriji Maharaj has used very easy to understand and common anecdotes and examples to explain very complex spiritual topics in a very easy to understand manner. But what I think is truly unique about the Vachanamrutam is that it was written and proofread directly in front of Shriji Maharaj by some of our Sampradaya's most revered Santo. Sadguru Muktananda Swami, Sadguru Gopalananda Swami, Sadguru Nityananda Swami, and Sadguru Shukananda Swami. These Santos listened to the talks of Shriji Maharaj and compiled his direct words into the Vachanamrutam. This deeply spiritual book was written 200 years ago, and it took 10 years to write. The Vachanamrutam consists of 621 questions and Krupa Vakya from various sadhus and devotees. And as a side note, Krupa Vakya are simply points that Bhagwan Swaminarayan mentioned on his own. There are a total of 9 parts based on the locations and times in which these discussions were held by Shriji Maharaj, namely in Gadara, where 3 parts took place: Sarangpur, Karyani, Loya, Panchara, Vardal, and Ahmedabad. And there are a total of 262 individual chapters in the Vachanamrutam. But beyond just the numbers, it's important that we realize that the Vachanamrutam is incredibly precise. Each Vachanamrutam begins with the time of day, the date, the location, what clothes Bhagwan Swaminarayan wore when that Vachanamrutam took place, and even the direction that Bhagwan Swaminarayan was facing when that Vachanamrutam took place. So, not only is it a spiritual book, but it's a very precise and detailed historical record. But enough about what the Vachanamrutam is. Why should we read the Vachanamrutam? Well, first and foremost, the Vachanamrutam is simply not specific to just one religion. It's not just for Hindus. It's not just for devotees of the Swaminarayan Sampradaya. Many of the topics covered in this Vachanamrutam are not topics inherently bound by religion. They are spiritual concepts for anyone who wants to achieve moksha or simply be happy and live a fulfilling life. This valuable book gives many gems of knowledge for absolutely anyone who is serious in progressing their spiritual upliftment. And second, these highly complex topics framed in such an easy to understand manner that lie within this Vachanamrutam can be found nowhere else. It's very difficult to find a book that covers the topics that the Vachanamrutam does in such a simple manner. I think this book is truly one of a kind, and it is definitely worth reading because it can't do anything but benefit us. By now, I hope it's clear why the followers of the Swaminarayan Sampradaya value this Vachanamrutam so highly. This book consists of Bhagwan Swaminarayan's direct speech and direct teachings, and it compels all those who read it to push their personal boundaries of spirituality and ask questions that are critical to personal development. You know, it's a book that has been cherished for over 200 years by thousands of devotees. It's a book that will continue to be cherished by millions more. But more importantly, it's a book that helps us become better devotees. Jai Swaminarayan.